Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 128 of the DualShockers.com ShockCast. I'm your host. What? This is weird. Someone's a pirate. I'm your host, Joel Tavares, deputy editor here at the site. With me, we have editor Mr. Giuseppe Nelva.
No, I'm just editor.
I totally blanked out. I was like, I know he does something. He was
Okay.
editor. Sorry. We have staff writer Mr. David Rodriguez.
Pirates, nigga.
Wow. And we also have our community manager.
You just say nigga?
Diana Laura.
Yeah.
Hello.
I think David just watched Django. I think that's what.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my hard drive though. I'm like the only person that hasn't seen it.
And he's officially a pirate too. He just declared that.
Yeah,
saying that
seriously.
Django's on his hard drive. Dirty.
After this weekend, hell yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Let's go over some new releases because we have topics to talk about. They're all over the place. So let's get these games out of the way. And there's games coming out right now.
Yeah.
So let's talk about video games.
You got a SimCity for the PC and Mac. The Showdown Effect for PC. Tomb Raider for everything except Wii U. Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate for the 3DS. Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Edition for the Wii U. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 for the PS3 and 360. MLB 13 The Show for PS3 and Vita. Penalty Saver for Xbox Live Marketplace. Ping Pong 10-frame bowling. That's all Kinect stuff. Atelier Aisha The Alchemist of Dusk for the PS3. Germinator for PSN. Fuel Overdose.
Germinator?
Yeah, Germinator.
Does it star a bug wearing some like Ray-Ban sunglasses and?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's nasty regardless. Fuel Overdose, Dollar Dash, and Kersploosh.
Kersploosh sounds like the sound. Never mind.
Yeah. Use your imagination for that one.
Yeah. You mentioned Tomb Raider, though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick that, and I'm just
Yeah, that's my pick of the week as well.
I'm just gonna speak for the rest of you. Like you're all picking Tomb Raider. That's it.
Yeah,
what
pretty
do you
much.
mean no, Giuseppe? Why
You have no choice.
Why you gotta be that guy? Why you gotta be that guy, Giuseppe?
Because I'm picking SimCity, which is much better.
Oh
my
right,
God.
right. No, I know. No, Giuseppe's a PC guy. Remember, Master Race over here.
Tomb Raider's on PC as well, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's not
with
the matter.
console
It
graphics,
is just-
probably. So, all right.
Yeah, that was quick.
I'll let that one slide, Giuseppe. I'll let that one slide. That's fine. You get that pick because I hate you and you have a PC.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a couple things to talk about this week. All right. So this first thing was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag officially announced for next and current gen. Wait, they announced officially for next as well?
They leaked the trailer like over the weekend.
Okay.
And I mean the shit is official, you can tell. And the leaked trailer shows the release date is October 29th.
Right.
Big fucking surprise. And it says in the trailer coming to next gen consoles, and then it says the PS4 logo. So,
interesting.
So
wait, now here's my question: did the trailer look like something that would normally not look like? Like basically, did the trailer look better than what we see from Assassin's Creed on current gen stuff?
I mean, it looked on par with stuff that we've seen. Like in terms of next gen, it looked on par with like the shit we've seen for Watch Dogs.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I
So
don't.
this is like high res textures and stuff like that.
Yeah, it wasn't like wasn't the in-game shit. It was just like pre-rendered cutscenes.
Right. But for the most
It
part,
looked pretty good though. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Pirates.
I guess let's be honest here. No one's surprised.
No.
Am I surprised that they went pirates? A little bit. It's like when are we gonna get ninjas?
Well, I think I just feel like
Pirate Assassins?
I feel like they're just like running that series to the ground. Like, is it like the only series that Ubisoft? I mean, they have other things that they could promote. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
Just Dance.
do you really need another? Do we really need another Assassin's Creed? And what happened to the other guy, Connor? Like,
Well, this is his
apparently
granddaddy.
the story. No, he's not.
It's his grandpappy.
Well, yeah, if you want to read my editorial, it's up on DualShockers.com. But basically, what I thought, and this is what I wrote about, was I don't know, like Assassin's Creed 3. Like for me personally, I liked it and I liked Connor. But that game is in this weird bubble, kind of like it made me think of Superman Returns, where it's a game that sold 12 million copies, like more than all the others. Like the rest sold like between 7 and 9 million.
That game sold 12 million copies?
12 million. It sold more than the others.
And then you motherfuckers complain when you get sequels. Then you motherfuckers complain. All of you dirty motherfuckers. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So it sold 12 million, and it was received pretty well critically, but it's like the buzz among the commoners is like fuck Connor, fuck this game, or it's okay, or there's glitches or whatever. So it's like I don't think like Ubisoft really had a lot of confidence in making a direct sequel to that, but given
No, it was because Connor's brown, but whatever.
it's 'cause he's brown.
Go ahead.
So I figured, I'm like, well, maybe they want to have their cake and eat it too. So they continue the Kenway storyline.
It's like the bloodline.
The bloodline. So they make it about his ancestor. You take the best thing about Assassin's Creed 3, which was the naval battles, and make that the premise for an entire game, and then you bring that all into next gen, like all at once, and then like we might get a Connor sequel as like the next game, but. It's like they get to have a Kenway story without it being Connor, and they can please people at the same time and hopefully sell, 12 million copies again.
I doubt they're ever going to bring back Connor. To be honest, to me, Connor is a failure as a character. He had big shoes to fill, Ezio's shoes, and he totally failed that.
Why? Because that's the Italian and Connor's brown? Is that why, Giuseppe?
No.
Yeah, no. You got a conflict of interest here, Giuseppe.
It was a totally flat character, like absolutely flat. It was like the Native American version of the bald space marine.
Okay.
Well, the argument that I've heard about, because I've heard the people complain about how Connor's like so like a stoic. The argument that I've heard is that that Ubi was going for something like more historically accurate. That's just how they spoke the language back then. I don't know that like the validity of that. But.
It's not just the way he speaks; it's the way he behaves, the way he doesn't really have any character depth, and it has nothing to do with his race or whatever. It's just the matter that it's a badly designed character. You can have badly designed characters of every race, like every like totally useless space marine you can find in any game that has absolutely no depth in the character. That's Connor.
Right.
He just uses bows and arrows instead of instead of an assault rifle, but that's who it is. Like I just played Crysis 3 because I'm gonna have to review it, and that the protagonist of Crysis 3 is black, right? Of all the Crysis series is black. And
I didn't know that.
Well, because he never takes off his mask, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Prophet is black. You don't see him.
The guy's name is Prophet. Come on now.
You don't see the fact that he's black much because he always has his nano suit on, but the voice is definitely black voice. It's very deep and all. And you see,
I'm gonna find a big black guy with a light voice.
Oh my god.
black guys normally have a kind of different tone of voice.
Okay, no, don't say it that way. Say it that video gaming companies.
Just remember, he said it. I didn't say shit. So I'm just saying.
Video game companies use that as stereotype it. So
it's not much of a stereotype. I know a lot of black guys, and they have most of them have a deeper voice than white guys.
Go ahead, Giuseppe. Go ahead.
Unless the only black guys I know that have a very, very high pitched voice are very crony. Like they are. Anyway. I think you guys are a little too. I think you guys are a little too sensitive about these kind of things.
Go ahead, Giuseppe. Digress.
I'm not being sensitive.
Stereotypes exist.
All right, go to your point, Giuseppe.
No, but stereotypes are stereotypes, and that's also.
They do exist for a reason, just like legends normally have a seed in reality. Stereotypes exist for a reason because there is some kind of majority or.
I get it. I know what you're trying to say, Giuseppe. I get it.
It's not like stereotypes normally come from nothing.
We know
anyway, that. He is a very, very characterized black guy. And he is a lot. He's not very deep. He's not like super deep as a character, but he's like. He talks a lot less than Connor, but he's still more of a deep character than Connor is. Like, Connor is a total failure as a character. And it has nothing to do with his color or with whatever. It's just the fact that he's badly scripted and badly written.
So, here's the thing. So, not to cut you off, Dave, but I'm assuming, because the way that they're churning this shit out, like it's nobody's business, I'm assuming Ubisoft has 2 teams working on these games now by yearly.
I mean, it obviously has to be.
Because there's no way in hell that they're pulling this off.
Yeah, that's what I figured too. They'll just divide it up this time.
So
and they'll have like 2 concurrent storylines going, as far as I see it.
Right.
Probably. But I don't think it's going to have 2 concurrent storylines. They're probably just doing different things until they hit someone like Ezio that was really popular.
I guess. I mean, it looks like this dude is, it's going to be a fucking pirate game. So we'll get pirates.
Pirates are popular.
We'll get bitches, and we'll get fucking, threesomes, and.
I just want a parrot.
Pirates are popular unless you.
I just want a parrot. That's all.
And a peg leg.
Yeah. And an eye patch.
Unless you're the protagonist of Reason, which is the most failed pirate game ever.
I think also we should remember that there is a precedent for this in the Assassin's Creed games because I'm not like a huge fan of the first game. A lot of people seem to like it, but I feel the way about Altair in the first game, the way Giuseppe feels about Connor.
Well,
Altair in the first game was totally flat to me.
I agree.
Yeah, and they dropped him.
Flat.
Yeah, they dropped him after that first game.
Play it. I mean, I just could not complete that game at all.
The first Assassin's Creed was just very repetitive. I don't think people enjoyed it, and I'm not sure if it's really the character as much as it was the core gameplay. And hey, wait a minute, this is the same thing over and over. This kind of sucks.
Let's be honest, all Assassin's Creed games are kind of repetitive.
Right.
They're one less repetitive in time, but even the latest ones are repetitive.
Right.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. Like, if you have an engaging story and an engaging protagonist, doesn't really seem so bad that you're doing the same shit over and over. But when your protagonist can't even carry the game, it's like, fuck, I don't even want to keep doing this over and over.
Right, like Nathan Drake, all he does is kill black people, but it's fun because he's a character.
That guy is.
I have to give one thing to Ubisoft though, and that's that they are still exploring original history settings. Like, pirates are popular, but how many video games you find that are set in that kind of
you're right. And
set. Right. Not so many.
Right. So
there is the Reason series and very few others.
Yeah, they definitely take a chance with the period pieces, and I do appreciate that.
Like the first one was the Crusades, and there are many games on the Crusades as well. The second one was Renaissance Italy, and it's the same.
Right,
because everyone goes Middle Age instead. And the third one was the third character. It's not a third game, but the third character was the American Revolution, and that's another one that's not used very much. And even pirate are not very used. So they're definitely taking their chances. They could definitely go with something that's more popular, like, I don't know, Middle Ages, for instance.
Right.
Fantasy Assassin's Creed with dragons and magic.
No, that would be gay. Gay's
Science
okay.
fiction.
Gay's okay. I mean, gay like that would just be weird. But let me see. I guess to Diana's point that she started off early on. You know when they'll stop making them is when people stop buying them. So
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
that's usually
I definitely have no problem with sequels. You know,
right. That's
sequels
right.
bring money.
Right,
They wouldn't do Watch Dogs without the money.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's one of those things.
Okay.
It's a nature of the business, but hopefully, as you get sequels, they do for the most part get better, because they.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just wondering, is this like how far, like, are we going to go with this? Is it going to be one of those series that just gets run to the ground? I mean, it's not like Call of Duty or Madden, like those games, they don't really need like a story. I mean, because Call of Duty is just, I mean, like the single player is usually just like, pretty straightforward and whatever, but it's the multiplayer that people care about.
Right.
But like these are stories. Like Assassin's Creed, I mean, like you need a fucking story in order for it to like keep going.
Yeah, no.
Otherwise, then what's the fucking point? I mean, it's the story itself that you come to follow. And so I'm just wondering, like my thing is just like, like how often? Because I actually looked it up. I went up to Wikipedia and looked up how many Assassin's Creed games there are, and there's a lot.
I think it's 9 at this point.
9? Nah.
Yeah, because
Well, if you count the portables, I guess.
5,
yeah, that's what
5 console games.
The iOS games and like those. Like that's a lot. Like that's a lot of stuff.
Well, I don't count iOS games. There are spin-offs that have no importance.
It's like when you talk about Star Wars, you talk about the 6 movies. You don't really talk about the expanded universe. I mean, it's the 6 movies. Like that's the main story. That's the one you really focus on.
You hear that? So if you're playing on the Vita, you don't count.
No, the Vita,
I haven't played the Vita
PSP ones. The Vita and the PSP ones are actually full games. It's we're not counting all the iOS crap that they made that don't even have a story or whatever.
Yeah,
like that card
like
game.
they have 6 games, I think, with counting the Vita and the PSP one.
Right.
There is one thing though. Think of it this way: if you have a successful universe, okay, which is which has a lot of potential for a lot of different things, because if you look at it, it is the whole span of history that they can explore.
Right.
Is it a bad thing that they are expanding that universe?
No, I mean I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I'm just my worry is that is oversaturation of the market. Are we going to be I mean, like we're already getting an Assassin's Creed game every year. Like when I saw that Assassin's Creed 4 was announced, I was just like, I kind of rolled my eyes. I was just like, another one? I mean, literally, we just got over Assassin's Creed 3 and all the hype behind that,
Yeah, but where's the problem?
I just rolled my eyes. Usually, I don't know. Maybe talk to me in like 6 years when we've had like 6 more years of Assassin's Creeds, and then I'll get used to it. It's just I'm just wondering. It's like how long is it going to go? Yeah, it's great that they have stories that they can go to every single century. Good for them. They created something that they could like jump around in time. I'm just wondering how long it's going to last.
That's the thing.
Charm will wear off.
I think that there's obviously a wealth of history for Ubisoft to kind of delve into. And I think just from the standpoint of a business, they arguably have, there's 5 games on the consoles, and arguably 3 out of 5 of them delivered in terms of people like the games. Like I'm talking about the Ezio trilogy. Overall people do seem to like that trilogy. They had their issues and everything. But it hasn't reached that point yet. Like with Call of Duty, me personally, when it got to Black Ops 2, I definitely I couldn't even play it anymore. I just had no real joy from it. With Assassin's Creed, with each installment, I do kind of latch onto something that's new, and I think as long as they're able to keep it fresh, and it doesn't feel like Call of Duty, you feel like they're doing the same shit over and over. With Assassin's Creed, it's the same title over and over, but it's not the same shit that's on the disc each time. They're always trying to do something new. Well, as long as they can keep that trend, it's not really a big deal if it's annual or not. I think there's an unfair stigma.
I'm waiting for the
it's Call of Duty's fault.
I'm waiting for the storyline where you actually play as Jesus Christ and you go on a murderous rampage, and then you find out that the reason he was crucified was because he killed 100 Romans.
Oh boy!
I'm just gonna blame Desmond.
Is that where we draw the line? We can't bring religion into. Is that where we draw the line right there?
That's what I mean.
If you think about
I think in general.
If you think about it, sequels have received this bad stigma only recently, with the Call of Duty series that is kind of giving all sequels that stigma, but I don't think it should have that stigma because it goes from case to case, Right. Yeah, Call of Duty sequels don't do much new every time, and that's the most popular. But if you look at the sequels for like Halo or pretty much whatever other big series that has sequels that are not just recycling the sets over and over and over, I don't see anything bad. If I like a game, I'm actually happy that they are going to expand that story. Like, for instance, it's not gaming, but there is this... I don't know if anyone here reads David Eddings. It's a fantasy author that has quite a few universes, and he died. And I'm sad that he can't expand the universe, because those stories are... Like, I would like to know what more could happen to those characters.
Right.
But it's not possible because he died, and I'm sad that I'm not going to see what would happen to those characters. I feel the same with the games I like. I like to see those characters when what happens. Well, like if you look, for instance, still for books, if you look at Tom Clancy, there is the Jack Ryan storyline. It's good because it goes from Jack Ryan when he is a CIA agent at the bottom of the scale of the ranks until he becomes the president of the United States. And there is a lot of character development, and that's how you build the universe, how you build very, very deep characters. Even if people don't think Tom Clancy is great for deep characters, but he does do something good for that.
Right.
Anyway. That's pretty much all I had to say about this.
All right. Well,
stop prodding me.
Yeah, we'll go on the. We'll get on to the next topic. I think we just ran Assassin's Creed into the mud. No surprise on this next one. PlayStation 4 is going to support 4K movies, not games, as previously figured. But so the interesting thing was, so here's what's funny. Like now, I follow a lot of the tech stuff outside of gaming, like a lot of it. I probably read way too much of it. At CES, Sony, when they were showing off their 4K TVs, they were talking about 4K titles coming in around 60, 65 gigs. During a recent interview with The Verge, the technology site, Sony the CFO, I believe, during the interview said that we're looking at 100 gigs plus per movie. So, that
seems strange.
What happened?
That seems strange.
What do you mean?
How big is a Blu-ray movie?
It depends, honestly.
Isn't it like between 5 and 15, 16?
No, it's between like 25 and 50.
Okay. Then it's possible, yeah, because
it's 4 times the resolution.
4 times the resolution, so it's 4 times the data.
Yeah. So
by 4 normal.
So yeah, but here's the whole thing. And this is only coming up because obviously the PlayStation 4 is going to have the support to output the 4K films. But here's the thing now. There's not going to be a 4K. There's not going to be a medium like a disc format. Well, at least none's being spoke of as of right now. So basically, you want to have a movie night when your shiny new $10,000 4K TV. Your ass better download the night before. I don't.
You think?
Well, for one, if you can afford that kind of TV, you can afford a big ass connection, then would download 100 gigabytes in like 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's really
how fast is your connection, Joel?
My connection, I pay for a boost. It's 50/50.
Okay, how fast would you download 100 gigabytes?
50/50 takes me about 10 hours.
10 hours? That many?
Yeah, dude.
Like I download 30 gigabytes with a crappy DSL in like 5-6 hours.
No, come on.
That's 1/3. That's how long it took me to download the Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Well, I'll give you
30 gigabytes.
I'll give you an example. Ni no Kuni, you have to download 5 gigabyte initially for the game, and then you have to download 6 gigabytes initially for the game, and then you have to download 16 gigabytes separately. The 16 gigs took me like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, but where are you going at the maximum possible?
Well, that's the whole.
That depends on the upload server.
Exactly. So but that varies for everybody.
No, the upload server doesn't vary for everybody. It depends on what you on the company that's servicing it. Like for instance, as I told you, Star Wars: The Republic is 30 gigabytes download. Took me like 7 hours to download it, and I have a crappy DSL.
Yeah, but I'm sure they have a mirror right in Italy for you.
I don't know if they have a mirror right in Italy, but they can do it for the PS4 service as well.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, Sony has, in general, if they're gonna make this push of 4K, and use the PS4 to help them make that push. They during the press conference they were teasing about like putting out a whole new network, like a really fast network. They basically they got their work cut out for them.
Well, think about
it. They do. They really do.
There is one thing that can work to their advantage. How many people are going to enjoy to have the possibility to download 4K?
Oh, right, not many.
That's what I was going to ask. No, that's what I was going to ask.
Which means that they are not going to have much traffic. Which means that they have a lot of bandwidth. They don't need that big of a server to service, say 100,000 people. That's.
I don't even think they're going to.
Let me expand on
100,000 TVs by the time the PS4 launches. I don't.
I mean, if they do 100,000, it's gonna be luxury,
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Let me ask you, because I want to expand a little bit on what Giuseppe said. But like, it's 4K. You need like a $10,000 TV, as Joel said, to run it. The file size is huge and takes forever to download, even on the fastest connection you could possibly find. How could you sell that to like the layman? Like this seems like it seems like Sony is showing off like a concept car. Like it's not very practical right now, but this is what we're capable of. This is the future. But this doesn't seem like something that they're going to try and sell to people, because it's just it's obviously absurd right now.
Right.
Well, it's one feature. It's not like they are super pushing it like the main feature of the console.
Right.
It's something that Sony has always been about. We have these, but it's a luxury that you get, that added luxury to it. It's not like we're gonna pay for it.
Right.
It's not like we're gonna pay for it because they don't really need that much of technology. They just need to be able to output it, and it's not for games. If it was for games, then it would be much more of a problem.
You know what the best part about this is that, let's be real here, they better give us a terabyte drive.
Yeah,
because I'm just saying, if they're really gonna future-proof us out of the box, right? Even if they gave us a terabyte drive and the operating system, when you format the drive, you're gonna lose like 150 gigs. So you're down to like 850, and then the PlayStation operating system, game saves, all that stuff, you're down to like 780. Right, so out of 7, that means I can hold 7 4K movies. Yes.
Well, they don't need to give you a terabyte drive, because unless they go completely crazy, that you will be able to just swap the drive whenever you want with anyone you can buy. Like for the PS3,
right.
And a terabyte drive is like $60, $70 right now.
It's too much money.
Too much money for someone that can buy a 4K TV.
I don't know, man.
If you can spend $8,000 for a 4K TV, you can spend $100
I kind of see like I get it. I totally get the concept. It's like, if we can do it, why not? But the practicality around it is just like so absurd.
Why does it need to be practical? It's a luxury.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's a fucking concept card. Like, not everyone's gonna have it. It's just they're just pulling it out and wagging it around a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
That's luxury.
You know what? I think they're doing it because they want to say, because I think that's like one of their things to kind of like to wash their hands of Microsoft, because Microsoft is obviously, we know what Microsoft's end game has been for the Xbox brand, and that's to become like a whatchamacallit, an entertainment hub, right? So they're trying to get these content deals that all the technology sites are talking about, where they're going to bring channels, real channels this time, to this new box that they're going to announce. So I think this is Sony's way, kind of. This is they're basically like sizing them up, literally, like it's a dick measuring contest. Like, yeah, you're going to have all those channels, that's cool and all, but we're going to have 4K and you're not going to have it because we make out, we're Sony and we have a movie company.
It's not just that, though. It's even just the fact that they're gonna sell the TVs. So it wouldn't make much sense for them to sell the TVs and not have the hardware to run the movies.
But their TVs, their 4K TVs, have this built in. All the 4K TVs have like a terabyte.
You can
drive.
download them.
Yeah, they're gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna do it completely like you won't need a PS4 to do it.
So why the hell did the PS4 do it?
I don't know. But go ahead.
Oh, well.
Diana wants to say something. Go ahead.
Well, no, I think you guys are saying it. It's just that, like, it just seems like that's just a lot of data. I want to. It just makes me very doubtful at the moment. I'm excited for the PS4. I'm excited for it coming out. But it just seems like 100 gigs. Like, how do you even, like? I can't even comprehend that much, having to download that much space. Or that much information, and then like streaming it too. Like, if we even want to talk about streaming, I don't see why they should. Like, I understand pushing the technology, I understand that, but at the same time, if it's so like conceptual, it's pretty much what David said, which is why I stopped like trying to interrupt. It's just like there's just too much. There's too many concepts right now to sort of like put a finger on it, and it makes me kind of like go, really? Okay, well, it's just the type of thing I'm going to have to wait and see. It's really taking a wait and see approach, because it's just.
Why do you need to wait and see? It's not the main feature of the console.
Well, but I like to watch.
It's not
movies.
going to ruin anything if it doesn't work.
In my living room watching a movie on my PlayStation. So it's like, it's for me when I use this system. Of course I play video games on there, but I also I don't have cable. I don't have cable TV. I don't pay for that shit. That's ridiculously expensive. So why? So like I live my life on Hulu.
Which it will have Hulu. It will have everything else. You can use that. Otherwise,
I like to watch movies too. So it's like it's. I'm just curious. I'm just very, very curious, and sort of like wondering how it's all going to work and come together. And I don't even know like if they're even going to use 100 gigs on the disc. Like,
no, there's no disc.
Really?
There's no discs yet.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no disc.
Well, there is another thing, though. Remember that Sony is a Japanese country. It's a Japanese company. So their first customers are from Japan.
Right.
And in Japan, internet like downloads 100 gigabytes without breaking a sweat, because they have a lot better internet than we do, especially in the metropolitan areas.
Right. And
so,
they're playing to their audience, and that's fine.
Japan and Korea even more. They have super internet. I would love to live in Korea just for the internet they have.
You know what?
Yeah, they have amazing internet over there.
Here's the other thing and this is a thing that this is I guess an argument that could be said for even the game streaming, right? So not to go back to PS4, we've already covered the shit out of it. But in general, I guess this is just streaming. This is all your gaming right now in general. There's a bunch of ISPs, Giuseppe, I don't know if this is going on in Italy, that are putting caps on data.
Exactly.
In the United States. I have FiOS, and so far we're good. Mm-hmm. But some of these ISPs are putting caps of 200 gigs, 250 gigs for the month. You go over, they'll charge you per megabyte.
And you know what? And you know what's gonna happen if if a digital download the more digital download becomes bigger, and it's becoming big, the more those ISPs are gonna corner themselves out of the market. That we will come to a moment in which they either remove the caps, or people would just get the internet from other people, from other companies.
I wish it was that easy.
It's not that easy, because literally just when a couple of days ago, Time Warner Cable said we don't see the reason. Like, what was it that we don't see the demand for fiber optics. Like, they literally said that a couple of days ago.
They can say
they can say of what their customers want and what they're looking for, because right now Time Warner Cable, in a majority of, specifically just in New York City, Time Warner Cable in New York City has a chokehold, has like a monopoly on like
certain areas of New York City.
Certain areas,
like if you live in a certain area, you can't get Cablevision. You can only get Time Warner, and vice versa.
Yeah.
It was like that here in Italy as well. It was like that here in Italy as well until the demand came up, and when the demand came up, alternatives came up as well. So and Sony and Microsoft is probably going to do the same. If it's not streaming, they're still going to go really heavy on digital download.
Right.
And the more companies get behind it, the more the ISPs will have to bow down and say, okay, we'll have to do like this, because otherwise Sony can just come out and say, okay, you don't want to service us, we're going to put up our own service provider. Do you think they don't have the way to do it? But
all right. So I'm just gonna hit you with this other piece. Here's the other side of the coin. Now we're gonna bring Microsoft into the picture. If I'm an ISP and I see that Microsoft is trying to eliminate the need for me by providing all these channels that I already sell to my customer, why am I gonna let them go through my pipes cheap?
Mm-hmm.
You get what
either you do or you're fucked.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing, though. If for example, like Diana, where she lives, I'm assuming she can only get Time Warner.
I can only get Time Warner.
Period. Right? So what if Time Warner says, sorry, we don't support the Xbox? Like, they can straight up do that.
Are you
they can straight up do that.
I would burn everything to the ground. Like, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, they could do that. You know that, right?
They can do it,
right
but
now, I'll give you an example.
It wouldn't be...
Right now,
sorry,
not to cut you off, Comcast, another company, this one's out in Jersey, right? What they did, they're actually looking at the data as it's coming through their pipes, and anything that's Netflix data, they send a bill to Netflix.
What?
Why?
Because they don't want people... They want people subscribing to their movie channels, not watching Netflix.
What?
Yeah.
And the work only so far.
And the lawmakers are okay with this shit. That's why, like, there's a whole stinker. You guys need to search net neutrality and see what's going on right now with the ISPs. Look up net neutrality. And they can look at the data that's coming through your pipes and say, you know what? This person likes Facebook, so we're going to charge this person X, Y, and Z for access to Facebook. Or this person likes Netflix. So, you know what? We can't charge them more because they're going to use Netflix, but we're going to charge Netflix more. That's why Netflix changed their tiered pricing, because they were getting fucked by the ISPs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of tactics can work only on the outset. As when a service becomes, the more a service becomes widespread, the more these kind of cock-blocking tactics don't work, because an ISP risks to just work himself out of the competition.
In this instance, I think, I mean, there's like bigger problems involved here. We need the ability. These companies can't just have a chokehold on areas, because that's what's going to suck for the consumer.
Oh yeah.
In general.
People thought video games were all fun and games.
Well, no, but this is something that's bigger than video games right now, Dave. This is the internet as a whole, right? But I'm just saying, I mean, don't be surprised if Xbox announces this amazing plan. You know what? Xbox Live Platinum comes with X amount of channels per month. Forget about your cable company, right? And then you go buy one at the store, you bring it home, and then the cable company says, "Oh, you bought an Xbox, that's great." Well, your fucking internet just went up $80 a month because you're not using our channels anymore. I'm just saying.
That would be so fucked up.
I don't think it's very viable tactic for them to do on the long run, though.
Yeah, no.
It was like that in Italy as well. In Italy, it was exactly like that. You had telecom. You had basically the ex-state the ex-national telecom company had the monopoly, okay, and was doing all the shitty crap. All that kind of shitty monopolist tactics.
Right.
And then things got widespread. People wanted more and better internet services.
Right.
Okay. And they didn't want. They didn't want. We got Fastnet, which is the first actual cable internet that doesn't get everywhere, but we got it.
Right.
We got other companies, and now telecom suddenly has to start to be decent with the customer,
right?
Because it's either that or they don't get any business.
Right. Well, I mean, let's hope things can change like that here in the States before companies start offering these services with these huge files and streaming on, go crazy, stream all you want. Well, they don't pay our bills, so.
Yeah. They remember that Sony, Microsoft, and all they have their own lobbies.
Oh,
so
of course.
They can do their own lobbying as well.
They need
if
to.
If they do like it is in Italy. In Italy, basically the government passed a law in which they basically forced telecom to offer the pipes to other service providers.
Right.
So, and that came out of through lobbying, basically.
Right.
So that's simple thing that needs to happen. The government needs to pass a law that says that whoever has the monopoly on the pipes has to share it.
I hope so, man. I really hope so, because there's going to be a lot of upset gamers.
Not just gamers.
And well, right. In this digital future that we're headed to, it's scary, but there's a lot of things that need to get figured out. All right. We have a couple more things to talk about here. I'm gonna go GT. So Gran Turismo 6 is not announced for PlayStation 3. Giuseppe, if you could just clear that up.
Well, a Sony executive said that.
Was it Yoshida?
Someone asked it, no. It's some Sony UK executive.
It's a senior vice president of Sony's computer entertainment Europe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not exactly Yoshida. Or say that someone asked him in passing what games that were out for were going to come from the PS3, and he mentioned Gran Turismo 6.
Okay.
He didn't say anything else.
Okay.
So people came out saying, "Oh, it's gonna come out for the PS3 and not for the PS4."
Right.
First of all, I kind of doubt that it's going to come out for the PS3 at all. Because it can easily be a mistake. It could have wanted to say Gran Turismo 5, or it cannot be any kind of mistake.
Right.
And secondly, it could simply be that it can come out for the PS3 and PS4.
Right.
It doesn't. He never really said it's not going to come out for PS4.
Right. And Gran Turismo was a system seller, in case you didn't know. So yeah. I don't know why they would. That again, nothing wrong. Obviously, sure, it's nice to have a fat install base that you can sell your game to. That's amazing. But at the same time, if you have the potential, I think, to really catapult new hardware, why not? Right?
Well, just think of it this way, okay? If you look at Gran Turismo and Forza, by the way, but basically all those kind of games, when you play with a certain kind of model. With your cards, okay, it's It's a relatively low polygon model compared to the model you get in Replace and in especially in the photo mode, okay. So it would be very easy to just have for the PS3, you play with the model you played similar to Gran Turismo 5, and the model that they already have that are used for the photo mode get used on the PS4 even during gameplay.
I see what you're saying.
So it's definitely not out of the question of science fiction we're talking about.
Right. Okay.
So I think it's premature. People went up in flames thinking, "Oh my God, they're not doing it for PS4. They're totally crazy. They're out of their mind." Like how internet does, because people on the internet think they always know better than the marketers that have done this job for years.
Right.
Everyone's a marketer on the internet.
Of course.
So they're just pulling on one little thread. That's all it is.
It's called their butthole. That's where they're pulling it out.
Well, yeah, there you go.
As I say, everyone on the internet is a game developer, a marketer, a movie director, and a sports coach, and all that. Armchair.
all the armchair analysts.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's see. William, very funny. Willem. I like
Willem.
No, I'm sorry. Willem, in quotes, Pimp Juice Defoe. So Willem Defoe is confirmed for Beyond Two Souls, which is looking, as of right now, to be PS3 only. Is the game selling itself only on its Hollywood leads, since gameplay is still noticeably absent and we're 7 months out? This is something to be... I don't want to say weary, because David Cage and Quantic Dreams did a great job with Heavy Rain. But again, you didn't play that game for the gameplay, so let's be completely honest.
Yeah. I like the story about it.
Right.
You know, the QuickTime shit didn't... I don't know, for some reason people raise hell about the QuickTime stuff. I thought it was fine. I mean, it's just what Cage does is he's just doing a different genre of video games, and his is the interactive drama.
I don't even think it's a matter of trying to make a different genre. I just think when it comes to the QuickTime events, I just think he wanted you to be a part of the movie, the movie. Not the movie. Excuse me, the experience. He wanted you to feel. The terror in that particular scene with the girl. I mean, and he did a damn good job with that. I love that game. It was awesome.
No one hated Dragon Slayers when it came out. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, people think that something that you don't like or it's not for you, it's bad automatically. So people don't like. Some people don't like QuickTime events. So oh my God, whatever is QuickTime events is there. I heard people complaining about the QuickTime events in Crysis 3. Okay, the whole QuickTime events you get in Crysis 3 are 2 times in the whole game, and all you have to do is press space. If you're on PC or in console, it's 1 button repeatedly 2 times in the whole game, and people complained.
That's ridiculous.
Seriously, I'm totally serious.
I'm sorry, but there's certain parts in certain video games that you can't do without a QuickTime. I'm sorry. You can't do Kratos' badassery when he's fucking taking down a Titan. You can't do
when
you
he
can't
gouges his eyes out.
No. But
you could do it, but it would be less interactive.
It'll be retarded because you'll be looking at the controller because your fingers will look like spaghetti as you're trying to hit every controller. It's just stupid. So why don't just enjoy the set piece, enjoy this cinematic moment that the game's creator is trying to give you, and just move on with your life. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, he's angry. He's angry. He's mad. He's mad.
It's true though. It's true though.
You know, they're trying to make something cool happen for you, so you can enjoy it because this is entertainment. It shouldn't be like playing a video game. Shouldn't be a fucking task.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same as people complaining about cutscene. Like when Kojima did Metal Gear Solid 4, everyone was up in arms about, oh my God, it has 35 hours of cutscene.
Oh, I'm sorry, they had to tie up a lot of fucking loose ends.
Oh my God, terrible! They make you look at a cutscene that you can skip. You're so angry about it.
I know. I'm sorry. An unskippable cutscene that gives you the fucking story. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's skippable. You can.
Oh no, it is good. I'm sorry, but I'm saying, but a cutscene that gives you the story. Why would?
Yeah, people to be allergic. They would just want to kill people. You know, to shoot at nameless goons that came out and they don't even have artificial intelligence.
You want to shoot nameless goons? Play Uncharted, goddammit.
Uncharted, play Call of Duty.
There you go. You could do that as well, But yeah, so I mean, the fact that gameplay hasn't been shown, I don't know. I don't know if it's a reason for it to show concern. We haven't seen it at any. Well, we haven't had a Sony preview in New York for a little bit now, and I think they're gearing up to do something here after E3. But yeah,
or E3 as well. You know, they say they're going to have demos at E3 for.
So there you go. So everyone relax. But at least you know Willem Defoe is in the game.
Yeah.
How many months are we from release anyway?
7, which is kind of weird.
7, October 8th.
Yeah, but even so though, did we get gameplay for Heavy Rain?
I don't.
Not that
I
I
have
can
no
think
idea.
of. Not that I can think of, honestly.
You don't get for many games in 7 months out. Sometimes, I mean, it's not so terrible. 7 months is a lot of time.
That is a lot of time, and between now and then, I'm sure we'll have like 2 preview events. So just stay tuned for that, and just don't worry. I'm not worried yet.
But I'm not worried either. I mean, I think it's just people would just.
Well, why would I be worried? If it's bad, I just not gonna buy it.
Exactly.
It's not like it's terrible.
Exactly.
No Sony rep is gonna come to my home and show the game into my throat.
Right. So
play this game. You have no choice.
Play this game and enjoy it.
So let's see one other piece of news for the week. So Disney's acquisition of Lucasfilm has reportedly put Star Wars 1313 on indefinite hold, possibly pushed to 2014.
Not surprising, Disney.
I don't know. All I'm saying is that this was a hot-looking game at E3.
Yeah. It's just a rumor, by the way.
Yeah, it's just a rumor. They're just saying that like the whole process of Disney taking over Lucasfilm, like, kind of fucked things up a little bit. Yeah. But it was like, damn, like that game could have the way it looked just at E3, yeah, it's like what Joel said before, it's like a system seller.
Well,
like, it looked fantastic.
It was a game with very serious adult content.
Yeah.
As that Disney put a cock blocker to it.
Well, here's the whole thing too, though. I think, like you said, this is all based on rumor, and when mergers happen outside of video games, right, and companies come together, you see when there's contracts filled out and things already put in place, when these kinds of takeovers or buyouts happen, those contracts don't technically become null and void. So this could be the assumption of someone that just said, "Oh, that must mean this, so let's report it as news," because it doesn't necessarily affect it. I'll give you a great example. When Google bought Motorola last year or 2 years ago, everybody said, "Oh, that's it. Google's going to start making their own phones right away, instantly." Google has yet to make a phone. You know why? Because Motorola had contracts signed with carriers for 18 months in advance, saying, okay, first quarter 2012, we're going to deliver this. For first quarter 2000, whatever, we're going to deliver this, and so on and so forth. So these games are planned so far out, and I'm sure that there's contracts in place that protect the production of these titles.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they said very clearly when they did the move, when they did the merger, the purchase, that nothing would be changed. What was already in production would have continued without any change.
So there you go.
But this rumor came out after, and it's not so impossible. Do you think Disney, a company like Disney, buys an IP like Star Wars and can put out a spin-off of the IP with very serious adult content without serious consideration?
I don't know because Disney's trying to turn a different leaf. They want to be that company that your kids can watch, but we'll have something for the parents too.
Yeah, something for the parents too, but the kids need to be able to watch them as well.
Fuck the kids, man. No, I'm joking. I have a kid.
Which is why I hate Disney.
All right.
They have to put the stupid family message everywhere.
Yeah, but not necessarily. Like, okay, given their track record in terms of taking over like big companies, like their track record with Marvel so far hasn't really changed the content that much. Like in terms of the Avengers, they saw that Marvel was already doing something really good, and they kind of just let them rock.
Yeah, they sat back. They sat back.
Yeah. They just are collecting their check from it. That's really all they're doing.
Yeah, but do the Avengers have this incredible adult content in them? No, it doesn't seem to me.
Well, what's adult content? I mean, the Avengers was it was true to the comics that adults and children have all read.
Do you see like sex, drugs, and rock and roll in it? That much of it? I don't think so.
I don't really see that in the comics that often. I mean, unless I'm reading Batman.
No. But I didn't see that in the 1313 trailer either, though.
Yeah.
But it was announced that it would have had adult themes, though.
It doesn't mean that they're gone. It doesn't mean they're gone, though. We don't know.
No, we don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Right? Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. They could alter things, but listen, as long as it looks as good as it looks and plays as good as it plays, they don't see. See, let me tell you something. As I'm getting older and cornier, I guess I'm not as fun as I used to be. When I play games now, I feel like sometimes some games drop F-bombs and shit like that for the sake of dropping them.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that.
And I'm like, really? Why?
Like, look at DMC.
I'm like, why?
That's how I felt during the demo.
Finger. This is basically the from DMC.
I feel like okay, all right, you're cool, you can curse, that's great, you're an adult now. It's like you're made for adult gamers. You're such a smart game.
No, I think I honestly think they weren't meaning that.
Right.
It just meant that it was basically 1313 was set in an underworld, basically. So criminals, gangs, drugs, that kind of things.
Right. No, but like Call of Duty, for example, and not to bring it up again for this podcast, but Black Ops 2, in the story, like it was just fuck and cocksucker and all that. I felt like putting on earmuffs and shit. I was like, all right, can I just fucking? Mind you, as I'm cursing, but I'm just saying, like, it's just sometimes it's done for the sake of doing it.
Example like that. Also, another example is Dead Space 2. Isaac finally talks. It's great, but he's got a bit of a potty mouth on him, and like it just felt like there were some times where he didn't need to say shit. And that's how we always said. He always said shit. Like he did it exactly like that.
A bit of
cussing. And it was just like, why are you? No, but I think I understand what he means though. It's like, you know,
you got better writers where somebody's than that. There's better writers. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's different ways to express yourself, and I'm not shit. I fucking curse all the time, as I obviously Literally, I just said that. I didn't even realize that I was cursing until after I just cursed. Like, that's how often I curse.
There's just better writers than that. I'm just saying, for the sake, like, to be gratuitous for the sake of being gratuitous. So it's like, if that's what they have to cut out from 1313, then do it. Just cut it out.
I seriously doubt it.
I don't want to jump back too much, but I honestly think I don't really think that's what they're changing. I think. Because remember, like, it's not just that they bought, like, Lucasfilm and that's it. Like, they bought Lucasfilm and then announced a brand new movie the next day.
Oh, yeah.
And everything that's come out since then, like, the movie has a huge director right now.
And writer.
You know, and a writer. So it's obviously going to happen. And then every rumor is pointing towards, like, they want to do spin-off films, you know, like solo films that have nothing to do with, like, the main trilogy that they're making.
So do you think, like, 1313 is going to get canned, but they'll use the mechanics?
No. But I think they want to position 1313, or at least not, like, make, like, some huge changes to it, but they want it to be relevant to this whole new direction that they're taking the rest of the series. Because it was announced before they took, you know... Right. They both look some.
Well,
that's
my whole problem anyway was that 13 was just a shadow of the project it was initially anyway. So I don't care, because 1313 was basically initially was supposed to be an open world RPG, pretty much like a pumped up version of Knights of the Old Republic, like open world instead of, you know, like it was, but much better than. And they just decided to cut it back due to economic reasons, so I don't really care that much about it.
You know what it's going to be, right? It's going to be Mass Effect, but they're not going to call it an RPG.
Yeah, which pretty much I don't care for.
No, but I'm saying they're going to call it an action game. That's what it's going to be. They're going to say, no, this is an action game. And then when you open it, it's going to have all the Mass Effect menus, all of it.
Ugh.
Watch. That's exactly.
Anyway, we'll see. We'll see whatever. I'm not surprised, to be honest. That's all.
All right. I think that we've covered. We've run the gamut this week. I think we've covered everything we wanted to cover. We'll go over quickly what we're playing. We'll go around the room real quick. I'll get mine out of the way because I literally played not a damn thing this week. I've been just running around.
That's a nice game.
Not a damn thing. I just worked pretty much every single day this week because I'm taking a staycation this week coming up.
Hey.
Yeah.
What?
No, because I have contractors coming to the house and they'll be destroying my home and putting in some nice stuff, hopefully, and hopefully they don't ruin the place. But so yeah, I'm taking the week off, not from DualShockers, from my regular day job. and hopefully I'll catch up on games. And I have this Aliens game that showed up. Apparently, I'm doing the review for it. I'm totally trying to get out of this.
Wait, Elliot.
What is this game?
You mean Colonial Marine?
Yeah.
Oh, have fun with that. Have fun with that piece of crap.
What is this alien game? Is this new?
I don't want to play it. I'm going to talk to Chad. I'm going to plead the fifth. I don't want to play this game. Because how can I objectively review something that I know is broken and shipped fucked up? How can I?
To give it a 3?
No, right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just
why
saying.
Not? Did you ever give a 3?
I've given a 1, Giuseppe.
Oh, to what? To what?
The boxing game from the Move, for the PlayStation Move. Lights
now
Out.
You can give it 0. Aren't you happy?
No. Don't tempt me like that, Giuseppe. Don't tempt me, please. I'm just saying, how can you objectively review something that you know now by the people that made it, that they know they fucked up? How can I be honest?
You're beating like there's not even a horse left to beat. You're just like pounding the ground at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah, really.
How about this? How about I get the blender and we see if Aliens, Cannoli, Marines blends. Does it blend?
I don't think that the company that sent us the game is going to be happy about that. But do it.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
I should write
my personal authorization.
I think I'm going to write a piece, 10 things I can do with Colonial Marines besides play it. And I'm just going to take pictures of it in weird places.
That's good.
I think we can afford to burn one bridge,
You know I love Sega. They are my new hard-on with the Total War series. But do it anyway, I don't care.
I don't know what to do, Giuseppe. God, somebody help me. All right. Go ahead, Dave.
Chad will tell you not to do it, so I'm authorized to tell you to do it. He is the review actor, so it's his responsibility.
Son of a bitch. All right. Dave, what are you playing this week?
I'm in the same boat as you. I haven't played anything except for Risk with some friends. That's it.
All right.
I'm waiting to get Tomb Raider because I'm going to be reviewing that.
Yeah.
If it gets here soon, hopefully.
All right.
Yeah.
Giuseppe, what are you playing this week?
I've been playing Terra Crisis 3, which I can say. I will say before my review is that it's probably the prettiest game I ever played.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely the prettiest game I ever played. That doesn't necessarily say something good though. Think about the implications. But
because you're saying it's the prettiest game you've ever played, but it's definitely not the best.
I'm not saying anything else.
Okay.
No, it's not about game.
Okay. It's just pretty.
It's not a bad game, but it's the prettiest. That's I can say.
Is it pretty enough that you're like? Is it pretty enough that it like messes with the score? You're like, damn, it is really pretty though.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty enough to make me raise the score over what I would give it if it's not pretty. But of course, graphics. It is a factor in scoring game.
Of course.
So. Yeah, definitely. The pretty, of course, influences the score. It doesn't. I have no doubt about what to give it though, because it's a good game. It's not an exceptional game. You'll see.
Okay.
Then I've been playing some Shogun Total War, just because I want. Nice. I need some Total War fix before they release Rome 2. And then...
And you lose your life? You lose your life to that?
No, not much. I don't sleep, so I have time. And that's pretty much it for this week.
Just sleep.
Who needs sleep? Like, are you really want to waste like half of your life sleeping?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Oh my God, you guys.
Sleep when you're dead.
There you go. That's the attitude. Diana, what are you playing this week?
I've kind of been in the same boat as you guys. Been really busy, but I have been making some time and playing some Darksiders. Going download
for the memories.
Well, no, I've never played it, so it was free of PlayStation Plus. Downloaded it, been playing it, and kind of enjoying it so far. So, been playing that for a bit. I'm definitely making time for Tomb Raider, so I'm stoked for that.
Me too. Rape Simulator 2013.
Stop it.
Okay.
Stop.
Shut your face, yo.
No, it looks really good. It really does. Like, I'm really excited. I really am. You know what?
Where can I find that game?
I have to email Chad. I'm not fucking playing Aliens. Fuck him. I'm sorry. I'm not playing that game.
No, now you have to play it, and now you have to play it and then blend it.
This is bullshit, guys.
Just record yourself playing it.
I'm not a masochist. I feel like if I play that game, I'm like the guy in the beginning of the Da Vinci Code that whips himself.
You know what?
I feel like I'm that guy.
Oh yeah.
You know what? They from what I heard, the multiplayer is pretty good. So you have something to look forward to.
All right, Giuseppe.
You can play an alien, and you can just jump in the face of people.
Great.
Yeah.
And rape their face.
That's what I want to do. That's what I've wanted to do. All right. All right. On that note, this has been episode 128 of DualShockers.com ShockCast, because Giuseppe just ended it at raping their face. So,
oh my god.
We'll be signing off. Signing off with me, I'm your host Joel Tavares, and signing off this week is Giuseppe Nalva.
Yarr.
What? It's okay.
Black Flag. We are in Pirate Week.
I know. David Rodriguez.
Live long and prosper.
And Diana Laura.
Yeah.
And we out, bitches. See ya.